everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Friday, everybody. Friday, March 10th, 2023. Thank you for being here at Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, Brian Kruse, as always. Welcome back here again, everybody. Welcome back for this Friday edition. So happy to have you here. And joining me again, live from Florida, is Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back to the program. How was your week?
Long. It was very long. I actually, my weekend was yesterday and the day before. So today's my Monday, which is not that exciting, but.
Poor thing.
I know it's now going to be like her Monday pretty much. So happy Friday to us that out there in the normal work week, and happy Monday to Sabrina. AGR, welcome to the chat, and hi Rachel. And joining us back for the second time here on Kruse Control is Miss Lin Wojciechowski. Lin, welcome back to the program. How you doing tonight?
I am good, coming to you live surprise from my parents' basement in Michigan this week.
Yeah, parents' basement.
Yeah.
all the way from the mitten.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know that, that's Michigan, if you will.
Yeah,
As you know, we've had the three mitten men on here before, so
we have a
thank you
very
for being
heavy
here.
Michigan presence here on Kruse Control.
There is. There's a lot of Michiganders that join us here. So, I mean, maybe it's the influence of, me being from Michigan. I don't know.
What?
What? That's a thing? That's a crazy thing. Well, everybody, as always, we got to get right into it because we got a lot of news to talk about. So now it's time for some breaking news. All right, Michiganders and Michiganese. Michiganese, is that a thing?
It is now.
Michigese. The very first thing I want to talk about is the Oscars, because it's coming up this weekend. Finally, Sunday is big Oscar Sunday, and we're going to be streaming it on Sunday, everybody. So right now we're working it out. We're going to do some kind of stream either during the actual broadcast. We might do a whole live stream for the whole thing and be here live one-on-one with you, or something after if the feed doesn't work. It'll be our first time trying to go live streaming an actual platform at the same time. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch the Oscars and we can't actually make it happen here, you can actually go on abc.com, get the ABC app, go to oscars.com, and they'll actually give you the whole lineup where you can get it. If you have Sling TV, YouTube TV, Hulu Live, Direct TV Stream, Fubo TV, you can get the Oscars that way too. But it's 3 hours on Sunday starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully we'll have something going on here. You can join us here on the program because it'd be fun to chat with you during the Oscars. There's a lot we've been talking about, a lot of build-up leading to this. And something else that's happening, and this is for people that are Verizon customers. So if you're Verizon, they have a deal with Netflix. And this is a Netflix and Verizon deal where they can offer you 12 months of free Netflix. There's a catch. It's called Plus Play. That's their platform, Plus Play platform. Now, you have to also subscribe to another platform like Paramount Plus or Stars or AMC Plus, Beyond Entertainment. If you have one of those and you have Verizon, they give you Netflix for a year. Well, I guess it's year by year now. They've done it for 1 year. They're going to do another year now. They're going to renew it. And it's the whole thing about this whole platform, this Plus Play, which I've never heard of before, is it's a platform kind of like Amazon or Amazon's Fire TV, where they have everything's kind of like all together in one platform. You can search all the different platforms and find any kind of show you're looking for. So it's their way of kind of pushing their own kind of platform, Amazon, their own. It's as opposed to being Fire Stick all the time. We're going to do our own thing, or So I don't know. It's interesting. I read it. I'm like, this makes no sense to me. But if you have it, you know it. You got another year of it coming up. So it's a weird deal, but free Netflix for you with a catch if you have Verizon. Something else, though, too, I want to dive into, and I'm going to get some opinions on this one because this one's interesting. There's a new reality show based off Hot Wheels. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Reality show based off Hot Wheels. And you're probably like, what are there kids playing with Hot Wheels? No. So apparently they're going to it's going to be kind of like those challenges where they're, Pimp Your Ride. It's going to be like Pimp Your Ride kind of, but like a Hot Wheels Pimp Your Ride. So Hot Wheels, the Ultimate Challenge, it's called. It's described as a car makeover series where car fans can face off to transform an ordinary vehicle into a Hot Wheels showstopper. That's right. Inspired by personal stories and pop culture touchstones in a high-tech, decked-out garage. Now we're going to do 10 episodes We're starting off with 10, seeing how it goes. It's hosted by Rutledge Wood, who did Top Gear US. And he's also will serve as one of the show's judges, and they're going to have celebrity judges coming in and out for this deal. To me, this might be kind of a fun concept. It's reality, it's cars, if you love Hot Wheels, I love Hot Wheels. So, I'm interested to see like what they do with these vehicles and how they make them, based. Are they going to have like weird fins and shit and like flames in the side of the cars? Like, I don't know. Lynn, do you think this is a good idea for a program, or what do you think about this?
Well, I didn't think that Lego Masters was a good idea until I watched it, and it was like, oh my gosh, look at what these people are creating. So I guess for me, it's a wait and see, but I just don't know. Are they all just gonna be tiny little Hot Wheels sized cars that they're like intricately decorated? I don't get it.
That'd be funny. They're taking some old cars and they're just gonna ramp them up and make them like they'll be full size vehicles, but you'll have like a live action Hot Wheels car at the end of it, and they're have them all super technology inside and outside, and they're make them look like your favorite Hot Wheels cars. Yeah. It's a concept, that's for sure. It's a concept.
It's a concept. I'll go with that. I will agree.
And it's original. So Sabrina probably would like that, right? Sabrina, it's original. What do you think, Sabrina? Is this a good idea?
Is it original? Like, let's be clear. It's basically like Pimp My Ride, like you said, or, that like there's so many shows that like fix up cars or fix up motorcycles. It's that same concept. It's just they're throwing a Hot Wheels sponsorship attached to it. So, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's original. I guess if you're a fan of cars and or a fan of Hot Wheels, it would probably be, a cool show. People love competition reality. I will not watch it. Let's be clear. However, I think that there's a market for it.
Jay Leno might watch it. That's for sure. Jay Leno might be all about this. He might be one of the celebrity guests.
Exactly. Celebrity judge. He'll come in and give you tips and try not to burn his face off. Let's just make sure he doesn't do that again.
Yeah, please, Jay. Jay, be careful, man. You're getting too many accidents this past year. Like, just simmer down, man. Simmer down. That's all I can say. And Rachel says, pull a full-size car through a Hot Wheel track loop. I would love that. That's what they should do. They should have obstacle courses. That'd be awesome, right? Make it like a stunt-driven type deal, as opposed to just Pimp My Ride. Yeah. If you combined it all, that'd be a lot of fun. It'd be something totally different. It would be like Ninja Warrior, but with cars, maybe.
Evel Knievel style.
Evel Knievel style. Something else that's coming that's going to be very interesting is the sequel to the Flintstones. That's right, the sequel to the Flintstones. You heard it. It's called Bedrock, everybody. Bedrock. So this has been developed for a little bit. Elizabeth Banks has been trying to make this happen. So Elizabeth Banks would be the lead voice of Pebbles. That's right, she's going to be Pebbles. It's going to be about Pebbles and Bam Bam grown up. Now it's 20 years. Now the whole premise, so it's been 20 years since the Flintstones, actually. That's the idea. So now Pebbles is, it's a story of a Stone Age family. Bedrock catches up with the Flintstone family 2 decades later with Fred in the brink of retirement. So he's retiring. 20 years have gone by. Pebbles is embarking on her own career as the Stone Age gives way to a shining and enlightened new Bronze Age. And the residents of Bedrock will have to find this evolution harder than a swing from Bam Bam's club. That's what they're saying. Well, I guess. So they're just going to do like in the future. So the kids are grown up now. Fred's old. He's retiring. And they're going to have this, new adventure pretty much. So they're just doing a pilot presentation. They've been trying to do this for years. Fox is doing this. So Fox is like, they've been trying forever. They got Elizabeth Banks finally like show running this. She's producing it, executive producer. So it's moving forward. They're also going to have like, there's a bunch of people attached to this actually. Stephen Root is going to be playing Fred. Amy Sedaris is going to be playing Wilma.
That's my girl.
Yeah, I can't think of the guys. The guy who plays Jason on The Good Place, he's going to be in it too. He's playing Bam Bam. So they got some good voice. Bam Bam. They got some good voice attached to it. But I'm like, the Flintstones, do we need to do, again, I guess, why not reboot the Flintstones, but, continue the Flintstones. So all of that's going to be canon.
When you said Flintstones sequel, I thought you meant like to the movies, and I was like literally going to shoot myself in the face. But like, no. I'm here for a cartoon. That's a lot of talent behind it. It's a really good cast. I love Amy Sedaris. Literally anything she does, I love. And I think it has potential, honestly. So I'm changing when you first mentioned it to a hard thumbs down. I'm giving it a thumbs up now.
I'm kind of giving it a thumbs up. I don't mind. It could be fun. I mean, it's again, it's a new era for them, and it's a continuation of characters we love. As long as it's fun. Is Dino Dino? Right? Is that the name of the dinosaur? Is he still
Yeah,
alive?
I believe so. Yeah, Dino the dinosaur.
What do
I
you think? He's
mean,
got to be still alive.
do they really need to like kill off a family pet? Like, I don't think so. I mean, they're like, oh, it's 20 years later. I mean, it might be like Dino Jr. and they don't like address it or
And
something.
they
But
could,
Baby Dino.
but
Dina,
dinosaurs
you'll be a
lived a lot
girl now.
longer, so it could just still be
it's
Dino.
true. It could
You
just
know?
still be, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it
He,
might be it might be good. Like I like the idea of this evolved Flintstones because initially when you started talking about it, I was like, oh, ooh, like Flintstones. I don't know how Flintstones is gonna hold up. Very, old 50s style family,
yeah, yeah, it is. It really is. Yelling at his
I
wife,
know.
Wilma, give me my dinner. You know what I mean? It's
Right?
like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little Archie Bunker-ish, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
One
what
of
I was
our
trying to think of.
friends will definitely like it. Our friend Ryan, shout out Ryan, will absolutely be watching it.
Oh
He was
yeah.
like literally like just watching the old Flintstones over and over again, like 2 years ago or something. And I'm like, are you seriously like binge watching the Flintstones right
Binging.
now? He was like,
Like,
yep. Like after
dude.
he watched The Office 13 times, he's like, well, now I'm moving on to Flintstones. Like that's where we're at. So
But this is happening. So if you're a friend of the Flintstones, if you love the series, you might get some more. So I mean, it's been a long time since this show was actually on, so it might be a fun, fresh idea. I'm interested. Fox is doing it, so we'll see. Fox, let us know. Something else that's coming back, and it's not even done airing yet, is Shrinking. So Shrinking is being picked up for a season 2, and I like this show a lot. I really do. Harrison Ford,
great show.
yeah, Jason Segel. Jason Segel, of course, was the one that spearheaded this, and Roy Kent helped him actually produce it too. And I think it's a lot of fun. And in the first season, if you don't know what this is about, it's about a group of therapists as they explore an unorthodox approach to mental health care. That's pretty much the quick synopsis of it. Apple TV Plus show. It's a lot of fun. Harrison Ford doing TV is kind of great. I guess he kind of is like growing into this like kerfuffled, like kind of like grumpy old man. I don't know, like this like interesting kind of character than he used to be. So I'm down. I'm down. He's 80 years old and he's killing it. He's really killing it. So I'm happy this is coming back. Hopefully the whole cast comes back. Hopefully Harrison Ford comes back. I imagine he would. This is not the kind of show where they're going to be like killing somebody off or somebody's leaving. It's kind of, you know what I mean?
No,
Hopefully. No dead Dino, that's for sure. I would think this would just keep going. So Shrinking is coming back, everybody. If you love this show, get ready for some more. Something else I want to dive into, though, we got to keep this train moving. We got a lot to talk about tonight, is Batman. And I want to talk about Batman because this is one of those things where I heard about this cartoon. It's a cartoon now. I heard about this a while ago, and originally this cartoon was going to be with the original voice actors, Kevin Conroy, and with Mark Hamill. They were going to do this. It would be a continuation of the animated Batman series. And then HBO Max canceled it. They canceled it. Now Kevin has passed away. They're kind of changing it a little bit, but Matt Reeves is producing it, who did The Batman. And also J.J. Abrams is a part of this from Bad Robot. So they're doing this. It's an animated cartoon. It's going to continue. They're doing 2 seasons right away. Amazon picked it up. So HBO Max said, we're done with it. We don't want to do it because James Gunn came in. And of course, once James Gunn came in, a lot of stuff has gone to the wayside because it's not really matching his vision. This was something they said also is, budgetary stuff. So like they're trying to cut back a little bit. So they got rid of Batman. Well, Amazon said, we're all about this. And this is happening more. Like Amazon's also doing a Spider-Man series too. So people are getting these. So they're getting these superhero movies, which I'm kind of interesting in shows. It's interesting to see that Amazon's like picking stuff up that should be going to HBO Max, or stuff that should be going to Disney Plus, but it's going to Amazon. So this is going to start up pretty soon. And for me, I'm like, this is kind of cool. I mean, they haven't really given the whole breakdown of what the premise of the series is yet. So we're still waiting to get more information. Of course, because it's been developed for a while. August, HBO Max actually pushed it aside. And now we'll see. We'll probably get more information from Amazon moving forward. Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think this is a good thing that HBO and Warner Brothers are like pawning off series like this to other networks? Or do you think that they should have like let this develop and move forward with it?
Honestly, I'm quite surprised that they're passing on it. I hope it's like kind of like irreverent, like the Harley Quinn series is. Like, I'd really be here for that. But I'm kind of surprised that they're letting it go, and I'm also kind of glad Amazon is picking it up. I think this could be fun. I'm like slightly concerned with like the huge oversaturation of the market with superhero shit because it's just like everywhere you look. But if it's done well, I don't know. I've always kind of been like one of those adults that likes cartoons, so I hope that it's good, and if it is, I'll definitely watch it. Mark Hamill is like amazing and like the OG, so I'm totally here for that.
That's the problem, though. No Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill will not do it now. He won't do it because Kevin passed away. So originally it was me, him, and Kevin. But when Kevin passed away, who was the OG Batman voice for video games, the animated series, they were going to do it together. But now Kevin passed away, and he said, "My Batman is dead, and so my Joker can't come back." That's what he said.
Now I'm going to Lynn's original statement like 2 segments ago. I'm gonna have to be a wait and see on this. And now I'm not so mad at HBO for canceling it. I guess like I kind of understand, I guess, in that point. But if it's written well, and like I said, if it's an irreverent like Harley Quinn type thing, I'm definitely here for it. I just I'm changing my enthusiastic thumbs up to it halfway. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, they have like the one thing that is still promising for it. Original showrunners from the Batman animated series are still part of it. Producers, creators. So it's that whole team that did the original one. And that's why I was so stoked about it from the get-go. But now you're losing all your talent. So like, what's it going to be like? Maybe they go in a different direction now. Who knows? Maybe that's why there's no premise. What do you think, Lynn? Think this is a good idea that Amazon's picking this up? Or do you think that HBO is making a bad move by letting this happen?
I think both. I am, well, if you've got the original team together, and it sounds like they really wanted to honor that original 90s cartoon, which was so iconic. Like, it was so great. So we'll have to see how this new Joker is. Is this the series that Christina Ricci's going to be Harley Quinn on, though? I feel like I read that. Or is she on a different one?
Ooh, she might be on this one, actually. Yeah, I think she might. I think this might be the one. Because they've been announcing voice cast constantly for this. I think she is.
Yeah, because I remember reading that and being like, that makes sense. So, it seems like they're staying true to that original vibe that I think was good. So we'll see if they actually pull it off, but I'm hopeful. I'll give it a, oh, you can't see my thumb. Hold on. I give it a minute. Sabrina, you do it for me. Now go up to like 2 o'clock.
We'll do this. We'll do this.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's me. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful too, Lynn. I'm hopeful, but once we lost Kevin, like, and I think that's what happened. Like, James Gunn's like, what's the point of doing this now? Again, Marvel's doing a lot of this stuff. Like, Marvel, Disney, they're doing the X-Men origin or the X-Men pickup. So they're continuing. It's called X-Men '97, picking up from the X-Men animated series and continuing forward like it never ended. And that's what this was supposed to be too. And now it's kind of up in the air. And now Amazon has it too. So I bet a lot of things could change. Then maybe the showrunners will change. That's the thing. Like, once a new network gets this, a lot can go out the window that it was originally supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I just want to say that, like, in a continuation of something that needs to be finished, I just really would like to go back to Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Please and thank you. That's all I'm saying. Sorry.
That's all you're going to say. But Sabrina, do you think that this can actually exist? Like, will people like this without the original cast?
I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I hope so. I hope it. I don't want anything to fail unless it's a giant tired piece of shit. However, like this, I feel like is something that like so many people grew up with and so many people like, and it's something that continues through generations. You know what I mean? Like every child grows up, every kid, like if you ask any 4-year-old who Batman is, he knows exactly who he is. And so I feel like it is something that like, you would want your kids to grow up with and then their kids to grow up with. And so like, I'm definitely not hating on the fact if it's going to be like a PG version, like the OG, I'd be okay with that for them. Like I won't watch it, but if it's, like I said, 3 times now, if it's more of like a cursing type of Harley Quinn situation, then I'm here for it. But I'm not going to hate on it either way. If it's not, kids deserve to have a Batman cartoon, man. Come on. I don't want to deprive them of that. That was like a staple growing up,
Right.
That OG one was so good, though. It was so good. Like the original one, it was just like it was more adult. It was intense. Like the Joker was frightening at times. There was a lot of sex in there too, like with Poison Ivy. There was a lot of stuff that was there that was like low key. And I think hopefully that they stick to that, hopefully with the same
The
kind of
key is
creators.
low key, bro. Okay.
Low
In
key
the
sex. I'm gonna take a drink to low key sex. I'm gonna say that low key sex in the Batman universe. Here it comes. Seasons 1 and 2 on Amazon coming to your TV soon. Get it? That's all I'm saying. Cheers. Something else that's gonna make Sabrina go, I hate this. Is some Captain Marvel 2 news. And it's not called
Such
Captain Marvel.
a bitch.
It's called The Marvels. It's called The Marvels, everybody. So there's a lot of news about The Marvels coming up. And the first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the documentary just came out. So Disney Plus released a documentary, and it's called Empower. And it was a four-episode season so far. And it was just pretty much breaking down the lives and the stories of different female characters in the MCU. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of animated stuff. There's some interviews with the actual cast in it. They're about half-hour episodes. It's a lot of fun. But the Carol Danvers MCU doc is part of Marvel Studios, push to kind of get her back in the public eye because the Marvels is coming out in November 10th, 2023. So it's coming out not too long. And they have a lot of reshoots they're doing right now. They're fixing it a lot. But this is supposed to, bring her back into the limelight. Because it's been a long time since Captain Marvel 1. She made that appearance in Miss Marvel, and that was it, and that was very quick. So she's been gone for a while from this character. But I mean, this, I'm not sure. I haven't watched it yet. It released on the actual docuseries released on National Women's Day, which is pretty cool, which was not that long ago. So they made it just in time for that. And there's also a Scarlett Johansson one, or a Scarlet Witch one. There's a Gamora one, and there's a Woman of Black Panther episode too on there that you can check out. But yeah, they're doing that. And just as that's happening, people are talking about, there's just so much about her. People are talking about the actual production right now of the Marvels. And apparently Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel, is pissed off because it's called the Marvels. And she doesn't like that. It should be called Captain Marvel. It should be called the Marvels. She doesn't want to share the limelight with all of her cast members. Apparently she's fighting with people too. They're calling it a shit show at production. That's the rumor going around online there. And people that are working on it, they say it's just all over the place. And it's just having a lot of issues because of the drama on set, and they're not really sure how much reshoots they're going to have because of the actual actors don't want to work together. Because, Brie Larson's kind of a diva, apparently. So that's the whole thing. She's our Captain Marvel. And, and there are also people are going why is there no love interest in Captain Marvel? And they're they don't want to have one. So there's no love interest there, but you're not getting one in this movie.
Probably because she'll have a problem with whoever she has to have a love interest with. She's a giant see you next Tuesday, and she is horrible to work with. And I feel like they need to stop giving her a job. Unfortunately, her first movie made enough money that they decided to, after all of the problems that she made and all of the effed up shit she did, they still were like, let's give this dumb bitch another movie. And I really don't know why. I hate her. I don't like looking at her face. Look at that picture. She looks like a see you next Tuesday. Because she is. Okay. So all she does is make problems on set. What kind of person is in a Marvel movie and is I don't want to be billed with these other two people because I'm much more important than them. And the franchise was sold on me being cast as Captain Marvel. Fuck off. Okay. It's offensive. You're offensive and you're no better. Actually, I would be more inclined to say that Teyonah Parris is better than her as Captain Marvel. And I hope when she turns into a bigger See You Next Tuesday that they fire her and they use her as Captain Marvel. Because she is so insufferable. She has all these problems about that. It's called the Marvels, and it's not Captain Marvel 2 because it was built on her franchise. And then she's had all these problems on set because she's a giant diva. Honestly, I really think that you need to get your shit together as a human being and look inside before you go on a set of 100 people who are trying to make a movie and make problems for everyone and cost production so much more money. She actually saw the cut and was like, you need to improve the special effects. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a special effects specialist? No, you're not. You're an actress. So shut up and read your lines. It's offensive. Honestly. That's how I feel.
And also, before this even started shooting, they had all the issues not too long ago where she was talking down about all the executives at Disney and making fun of them because they're too old and stuff like that are running it. She kept making fun of their age. And which is never good. You're talking down about your bosses publicly in interviews. It's never good, No. I don't know. Lynn, did you see Captain Marvel before the first one? Yeah,
of course. Yeah, I've seen all the Marvel stuff. I've seen it all.
What do you think about a sequel? And what do you think about them coming together, the three of them in this? And do you think that, she's would you agree with Sabrina, what she's saying about her?
Well, I haven't met her personally, but based on the things that I'm reading, yeah, it's super disappointing because one of the things about the Captain Marvel movies was the fact that they specifically chose not to have a love interest to heighten that female camaraderie. It's about female friendship. You don't necessarily need to have this relationship interest. Women can come together and support each other as friends. And then you hear that she's like, oh, like I can't have top billing, like screw this, and yelling about that and picking fights with her co-stars. Like it's just it sounds like the behind the scenes is so the opposite of what they want to project.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's not remarkable in that role at all. And
Hallelujah.
right?
Oh,
So
not.
I don't see I mean, recast her. I loved your idea, Sabrina, of bringing in the I cannot remember the character, the Rambo,
Teyonah Parris.
Tiona Paris.
Yeah.
What is her character's name? It's something Rambo.
It
Younger
starts with an
Rambo.
R. I don't know
Yeah.
how to say it.
Okay.
Go with the real name. I'm going with the real name
Yeah,
instead.
Tiona Paris. Bring in Tiona. Let her take it over. I'm 100%. I'm behind you with that.
I
So,
agree. I'm gonna drink to that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's like so.
Happy Friday, everybody.
I don't know how. I just don't know how they like keep hiring people who are like huge problems on set. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves because there are so many hungry actors who are willing to get out there and like and be like 100% amicable. You know what I mean? Like when you get like a couple jobs, like so what? She had this Oscar situation with The Room, and like now she's Room or what the Single Room. I don't know what the fuck it was, but she like all of a sudden like now is like this giant diva after that Captain Marvel, and like I mean I get it. You're in a Marvel movie, but like let's not be a see you next Tuesday. There's like no room for that. It's such a team space. There's
Right.
so many actors involved,
And there's so many good
and,
people
like,
that work on those projects.
yeah, and it's like just stop. Like it really is offensive to me, honestly. And I do agree with what Rachel had said earlier, like that there's so few female superheroes, that she'll take what she can get. And I understand that as a female, I want strong females out there, like honestly. But it's like I don't want this person because behind camera, she is not that person, and anyone who has access to the internet is aware of that. So she's not representing us properly. She's not representing strong women. She's representing see you next Tuesdays.
She's being Henry. She's pulling a Henry Cavill without the misogyny, and he got let go from Superman. So
Yeah, well, that was a whole thing there too. Like he just didn't. Well, they're just changing the guard there so much too. I think he was just, maybe if there were issues before Lin, but regardless, like James Gunn just didn't want him to be Superman anymore. He's got a new vision.
I'm not a huge fan of that guy either. Just FYI,
Right?
he's
Well,
not a friend of
seriously.
the show. Just so you know.
No. Well, that's the thing. If you are crappy to people behind the scenes, if you think
That's
you know
true.
better than everyone else, like then fine, go produce and direct your own thing. But if you are being hired to be an actor on a film, like treat other people with courtesy. And yeah, it's so weird because you're right. She was that starving actor until was it The Room or Room?
I think it's just singular room.
Room. I think it's just
Yeah,
singular
room. This room.
Until
Yeah.
Room. Until Room, and then it's just like her head just immediately blew up, and I don't like seeing that at all. I hate it when people do that. I so appreciate the actors who are huge now that realize the amounts of it's not just talent that got you there. There's a huge amount of luck involved. There are incredibly talented actors who do not get the opportunity to go play amazing superheroes who would be so grateful and kind and loving. And I think that Captain Marvel deserves to be played by somebody who's going to be a little bit more like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and actually,
agree.
like
Well said.
if you got this job, it's like you should be grateful, and you shouldn't be causing problems. And it costs so much money to make these movies, and people look up to you too, and then you're doing that, and that's not right. The Room is Tommy Wiseau.
Different Room.
Different Room.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
You're tearing me apart.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, doggy.
It's funny. I actually forgot about it. I'm gonna drink to that. I actually forgot about a room. There's a story. I forgot about his story today. Actually, Bob Orendork, how you say his name from Saul? Yeah. He's playing Tommy Wiseau's character in The Room now. They're redoing The Room for charity, and he's playing Tommy.
Wait.
There's stills out there. Yeah.
Rewind it back. What did you just say?
I said Better Call Saul is in The Room. That's what I'm saying. that's
can't.
some.
I
That's
can't
some.
wait for that.
That's some. You know what that is? That is some. I gotta do this. I gotta do it. That is some breaking news. I had to do it. I had to do it. Yeah, so he's doing it. I just saw that yesterday or last night. Yep, that's who it is, Bob.
I'm
It's
sorry,
for charity.
I have a question. So it's like a
Yeah.
play? Is it like a play?
No, it's gonna come out. They shot it. There's actually some stills online right now.
Isn't he a touch old to be Mark? Like
He said in his interview, he said, "I'm gonna try to sell every line the best I can." That's what he said. But no, he's playing that.
I'm into it. I'm here for it.
I mean, he looks like himself. You know what I mean? He just looks like Saul is on there's a picture of him on the rooftop with him and Mark. He just looks like, like Saul Goodman on the roof, just like, talking to Jesse Pinkman or something, But it's, but it's
amazing.
Yeah, but they didn't show his voice or anything. I hope he does the voice. I mean, it's Lisa, you are tearing me apart. You know what I mean? I hope he gets in there.
Oh, I thought he was going to be Mark. He's going to be Tommy Wiseau's character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, now the age difference doesn't seem as offensive because Mark was like super young and Tommy Wiseau was a little bit older at least. Like, I feel like a little bit less confused.
The question is though, are they going to do a 5-minute sex scene in the movie? That's the question.
Oh God.
I remember.
I'm just hoping for 1, 2, 3, fuck it when they push the fucking dresser over. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's so good. If you ever seen The Room live in a theater, it's the best thing ever. It's the best thing. The crowd, it's like Rocky Horror Picture. People just react to everything. But every time there's a spoon, there's a frame spoon. That's in the movie. You probably know it's on the counter. There's a frame spoon. Because they just didn't replace the picture when they were shooting it. So when it's in the frame, people go spoons, and they throw spoons at the picture at the actual screen. Stuff like that. When every time they kiss, people go nom 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 when they're making out. And then when they do the sex scene, people go bathroom break. So yeah, it's kind of an experience. It's
fun.
Nom
nom an impression, and you're gonna need to have a drink, sir.
You are tearing me apart, Sabrina. Yes, it's like that's all I'm saying. Okay, but so that's coming out. So if you're a fan of The Room and you're a fan of Better Call Saul and Bob's work, you're gonna see him do The Room pretty soon here. So it's coming very soon. What was this? That was my question. What is the butt view gonna be like? The butt view. Oh, the butt view.
Butt view. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna show that ass. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna show that ass. Get in there, Bob. Get in there. Get ready for that. If you didn't know you wanted it until you get it. That's the thing. Something else you didn't know you want, and hopefully. I don't know if you want it at all, but we're going to get it maybe, is a Creed verse. That's right, Creed. So apparently because of the success of Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan is working with MGM, and they want to make a whole universe based off Creed. And you're like, what's that mean? So first of all, they're talking about doing more feature films with Creed, of course. They've done 3, maybe a 4, maybe a 5. Maybe they'll do like as many as Rockies as they did. Maybe they'll do 6 or 7. Who knows? Maybe they'll get old and then he'll train a new person. You never know. So that's something that's in the works. Not as much so as they want to do a Rocky animated actual TV series. That's something that's in the pipeline. And they also have ideas for a potential Drago spinoff, where it's actually Drago and his son. If you watch the second Creed, it's about them and their training.
Dragoff. I was like, how did RuPaul get into the Creed?
I know. I'm like, that's not right. As soon as I said, I'm like, that's not right.
I was like, yes,
right?
That's the Guinness. That's the Guinness in me. I think that's the Guinness in me right now. So there's a Drago, spinoff. Apparently, it's going to be a movie. They talk about making it a series, but then they're saying they're going to make it a movie though. So they've gone back and forth about that. That's something happened. There's also a prospect of a Rocky origin story. That's something else they're talking about doing. If they do an origin story, Stallone would actually come back and do it. So that would be like he would be a part of that. And I feel like they got to bridge that gap because there's a lot of issues happening with Stallone, Michael B. Jordan in this franchise because he wasn't there. There's some bad blood, everybody. But so hopefully they bridge it and they fix this whole thing. But that's the thing. They're just trying to make more ideas. They might do an actual live action series too based off Creed. So, and there's also an idea to do a spinoff about his daughter from Creed 3, who is deaf. So doing her own spinoff too, who was played by Mila Davis Kent in Creed 3. So talking about doing her own film too about her. Honestly, this Creed series, I haven't even seen Creed 3. I might watch it this weekend, but Creed 3 already seems like Rocky 3 to me. Like he's retired. I bet he has. We talked about this before. He probably has a robot, just like Rocky had a robot, And then his friend has to pull him back to go, fight again. So are they just going to take ideas from the other original Rocky movies and just keep making more? I don't know. Then you hear about this. Do you think we need a Creed verse, or do you think we should just let it be good where it's at and move on and let Michael B. Jordan do something else?
Man, okay. So I loved Creed 1 and I hated Creed 2. It made me so mad. And I'm going to spoil it if you haven't seen it. But basically it's all
Spoil away.
about okay, so he's all upset because his of what happened to his dad and how it scarred him as a child. And then he literally goes through and does the same thing except for
Same
he
thing.
survives. And I was just like, this is so irresponsible. And like, why are we cheering this guy on now? Like,
Because
you were
history always repeats itself, Lynn.
yeah, but then like hit the tones, man. Like hit it as the like, yeah, this is not cool. Instead, his family's all like, yeah, you did it at the end. Instead of being like, you shouldn't have done that. That wasn't cool. Why did you risk your life? Like I don't know. So then I got mad and I had to stop. I do like the sound of the one with his deaf daughter. I think that could be really
That
cool.
could be fun.
But do I need a Creed verse? I don't need a Creed verse in my life.
Yeah, do we need an animated Creed show? Animated Creed show? I mean, do you think they should do more Creed movies though?
Personally, no, I'm done after that second one. It just made me so mad that it would take a lot of
People are
convincing to keep me watching it.
people are raving about the new one. You know, it's made the most money. It made 100 million like opening weekend, which is really great for that kind of movie. Doesn't usually happen. Like, I think the last one made like 60 million, Creed 2. And before that they were like in the 40s, 50s, you know, something like that. No, I think it was 40s, 50s for Creed 2 and 60 for Creed 1. So this is like a big jump for them. Michael B. Jordan's first time directing.
See,
I don't know though.
I like that he's like getting that opportunity to do it, but like I don't know. Somebody's got to convince me first that Creed 3 is actually worth it because Creed 2 got great reviews, and then I went and saw it and just got super mad. And I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think that this could be a good thing? Is there any of these concepts that you've heard that you might like and want to watch, or do you think this all sounds like trash? I can't hear you.
Sorry, I keep muting it because my neighbors are being super loud and I'm trying to be respectful of the show. Um, I'm hearing a lot of everyone hates Creed 2. I did not hate Creed 2. I To be honest, I had zero expectations, so I wasn't super disappointed. Let's just call it that. I'm not saying it was great, but I didn't hate it. It's not like I was like, oh, why did I waste my time? Which I do walk out of many movies saying that. I don't know that I need more. I feel like Creed 3 is doing so well because Jonathan Majors, and I'm gonna Zoolander right now, and I swear I'll take a drink, is so hot right now. Like I
Um,
just think that he is so hot right now. And so that is why this movie is making so much money. You know what I mean? Like he is like the it guy. Um, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, and I'm not saying it's not a good reason to go see the movie, but I think that is what's driving people. Like obviously Michael B. Jordan is amazing, but I think that the Jonathan Majors edition is what's driving people to the theaters. As far as a Creed verse is concerned, like I mean, I'm a Rocky fan. I love Adria. Oh my god, two fucking goddamn impressions.
impression.
I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. So I mean, I love Rocky. I loved Rocky. When you went to Philly, you were stuck in Philly and you went and ran up the steps. Like I
I
mean,
did.
Rocky is iconic. You know
I
what I
did
mean? And
that.
I totally like I don't want to be like negative about but every Rocky movie was not great. And every Creed movie is not going to be great. And like unless you have a really original idea, like I agree with Lynn with the deaf daughter. I think that could be something special. I think that could be like something for disabled kids to look up to, for women to look up to, like, in a minority aspect, because, it is still, especially in that type of movie, a man's world. So I really feel like that could have like some $1 million baby action going on, but in a way
Oh yeah.
cooler way because she's deaf. Um, so I think, I don't know. I think it just depends on what they do. I'm not here for all of it. I'm not obsessed with. I'm kind of bummed that they pushed out Stallone. Thank you.
Yeah, me
I
too.
appreciate that. By the way, not an impression, more of a quote. I like it.
Yeah.
Um, So that's a very good question, Rachel. I don't know if they cast a deaf actor. This is from Creed 3, right? So I'll Google that in a
Yeah.
second and let you know. But yeah, I'm not. I agree with Lynn, and like I'm not all in for like a Creed verse. Like I'm a little
She
sour
was a
on
deaf
this
actress.
because of the.
She was a deaf actress.
She
Yes.
was okay. Good, great.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian. So I'm even more here for that. I don't like that they pushed out Stallone for this last one. That kind of annoyed me, and so like I've been very tepid in the water
It's
about
very
even
sad.
going to see it. Honestly, yeah. So I
And
mean,
he,
that's
like
his
we
ba-
talked about
he,
before,
that, that's his baby. He made that. He had nothing, and he made that movie and became
yeah.
a superstar because of it. The franchise became. I mean, it was really the original Rocky is epic. And if you haven't seen it, you should absolutely see it. Everyone should see that film.
Yeah. It's sad, but they're gonna milk this. I think they're gonna milk it. They got Michael B. Jordan that wants to do more of it. He's all about it. It's a success. Of course, Jonathan Majors, I think Sabrina has an influence on this movie because he's so popular right now. He's so hot, like you said. He's so hot right now.
It's like Hansel.
Between
He's like Hansel.
the Conqueror, the Conqueror. Oh, I can't hear you, Lynn. Can't hear you.
Lynn, where'd you go?
Where'd you go?
Did you mute? Maybe you muted yourself.
Microphone go down? Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you sign to me? I can't sign either. She actually can sign better than I can. I don't know. That was like,
I think she's gonna refresh.
She said no. I think she
she's gonna
literally
refresh.
said no. That was epic. You go, girl. I have much respect, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Am I back?
Oh, you're back. Yes, yes.
Yay.
You might do that little special button thing like I do on my microphone.
Did you actually sign NO? That was epic.
Yeah, that's all I know is the alphabet and like I used to know up your button around the corner when I was like.
Oh, nice.
But
nice.
I don't know.
You're a little quiet though right now, Lynn.
I'm a quiet. Okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You guys, can you hear Lynn in the chat? Because I can't hear her. I know Brian can.
I can hear. Yeah. You can't hear?
I know you can, but I can't. I just want to make sure everyone else can.
Oh no.
Anybody?
Uh-oh.
No one wants to answer me.
Can you hear me?
Nobody wants to respond.
No.
Can anybody hear me? Well, and this, everybody, it's Friday night. Well, we figure, we're in for a response. Raise your glasses if you're at home. It's been a long week and you need a drink. So
Rachel said Lynn's back, so we're good. She can hear Lynn. It doesn't matter if I can't hear. I'm going to have to put on my closed captions.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, well, what else am I going to do, right? I got to roll with the punches.
She could refresh again. Yeah. Oh, she's refreshing again.
And she's doing it. She's
like, I'm going to go for it.
Thank you.
Hey, one more. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's drink. It's time. It's time.
Happy Monday, actually. Rude.
Technical issues. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Moment of truth.
Yay!
Oh. Hey, Macarena. Hey, Macarena. I don't know why I'm saying Macarena. All right.
I don't even know how to really do that, but I'll try.
All right, everybody. So yes, this is happening. Maybe there's a Creed verse happening. I don't know if we need it or not. I don't think any of us think we really need it, but sometimes in Hollywood, what you need is not what you get. You get what they need, and that's it. So Creed is coming. More Creed. Let's get it. Rocky. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And I want to get into some crazy, serious stuff, a little bit serious stuff, because it's time to get into some a lot of things that's going on now. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to combine these because we're getting a little bit low on time, is the SNL potential strike. Now, this is 2 strike potential things that are happening. So the SNL editors are saying that if they don't get a deal by April 1st, they are going to strike. They're the post editors for all the live or all the edited segments that air on SNL. Now, we talked about this back in November when it started coming up. And of course, the editors actually just joined the union. They got part of the Motion Picture Editors Guild. This is their first time being involved. This is their first time they're negotiating a contract with SNL. And apparently it's not going well. They had a round of meetings in January and the negotiations just fell through. They said they were not getting their fair share. It was unacceptable. So now they're back at it again. They're supposed to meet again on Monday to talk some more. But if they don't work out a deal, they're going to strike April 1st. And NBC said for its part, it has vowed to resolve the situation by the end of the month ahead of the planned April 1st walkout. And I don't know if I believe it or not, because this has been going on since November. like November or December, there's been a little bit of time they've been talking about this. There's actually cast members wearing a T-shirt that says "Contract Now." The guy who plays Trump, he's been wearing it. So if the actors get on board, and this is the big thing people are saying online too, if the actors get on board and start, really getting behind them, what are they going to do? And of course, these editors are younger. A lot of them are, fresh out of college and stuff. They've been using new people, and they're given the opportunity. That's why they were not unionized before. But now they are unionized. It's a big show. They should be unionized. Everybody else is unionized. Why are they not, So it makes sense. But again, this happens. It's a first round of negotiations. And so the producers are lowballing them, they say, and they want their fair share. So they deserve it. And just like that happening, the WGA has come out now, and they have made their actual, pretty much demands for the contract negotiations that are about to start. And their contract ends May 1st. So if they don't get their stuff, they're gonna strike. They've already said, they've already voted already. They had a vote, and 5,553 members to 90 said, yes, we want this. We will strike. We'll give you the authorization if they will not meet our demands. And most of their demands come down to residuals. So the big thing is they want an increase of compensation to address the devaluation of writers across all areas of television, new media, and features. They want standardized compensation, if I could talk, and residual terms for features. They want to make sure that there's an address on these abuse of this mini rooms. What they do is they have less writers in the room as opposed to having a full writing staff on the features and on TV shows. Like new media, we don't need that many writers. Well, it should meet the same guidelines, they say. We need to make these guidelines. It can't be different. They're the same thing. TV streaming is the same shit as TV nowadays. If not, it's even bigger than TV nowadays, It's what everybody watches. And they want appropriate television series writing compensation throughout the entire process. They want to expand protections to cover all television writers and apply minimums to comedy variety programs made with new media, because they always, the variety stuff, they always lowball. It doesn't matter what you work on the variety stuff. They always try to do like a fixed rate for so many hours. They take the residuals down to nothing. So they're saying all this stuff should be covered, same rights, same money across the board. And they just want to make sure they're covered. They want to make sure that they're not getting screwed, because they're saying that all these television programs and these movies on new media are making more money than they're making, and they're the backbone of it. They also want increased contributions to their pension health, of course. That's something that always happens every year for every contract negotiation. And they also want standards and protection for equity. They want more equity. They want to make sure that the regular material produced. That's another thing. Yeah, the artificial technology stuff. They're trying to use artificial technology to write TV shows now, and they want that shit stopped. They don't want you to be able to use AI to make TV shows, like to write scripts. That's something that's actually happening, everybody. That's one of their demands, to shut that shit down. They're like, hey, by the way, that doesn't work. You need to actually have real human beings writing this shit. And they want to make sure that they promote, they want to, of course, same shit. They want to address discrimination, harassment. They want to address all this. It's just the standard stuff they always do. And they want to revise and expand, everything that they've had before. And that's what happens. There's always an increased percentage every time they go to these tables and they negotiate. The biggest thing that comes down to is the residuals, which we talked about before. And they put it out there like, hey, new media is television now. When we had our dispute before, we didn't strike. We settled on something. But now this whole time has proven that you've made so much money, producers, and we have not gotten our fair share. And if you break it down, it makes sense. Like and without a television, without a writer, there's no TV show. Without a writer, there's no TV show. And the DJ's behind them, SAG's behind them. So this makes sense to me that there could be a strike. There really could. But Lynn, do you think their demands between, let's go to SNL first. Do you think SNL's demands, I think they should be met? I mean, they're new people, they're young, but they're unionized now. So shouldn't they get their fair share?
100%. 100%. I was reading earlier about this, that they were making less than the assistants who do their jobs that are unionized, which is just ridiculous. Of course, people should get their fair share. And I think you hit the nail on the head that it's really going to take the actors stepping up and demanding that they get that fair pay. It doesn't matter if you're young. That is a huge show. That is a huge show.
Huge.
So yeah, pay people what they're worth. And I love the Writers Guild cracking down on the AI. I do appreciate the comment.
Isn't that weird?
Right?
Isn't that insane? I read that. I was like, what? AI writing stuff? But then I got a deep dive in it too, and I was seeing that that's actually a thing that's happening. And I'm like, I mean,
It's
it's not like anything crazy yet, but it's happening, you know? And so you
terrible.
look down the line how that could affect them, like big time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm okay with it on like the Teletubbies, but other than that, no. Like, let's have a human being in the room. If you want
Well,
quality, you need a human.
they had that Seinfeld AI show. We talked about that in the show like about a month ago. But they had a whole show that was like AI based. They did all the writing, and they, you know, it was, of course, it was animated, so like computer graphic, everything. They created everything, made the whole world. But then they started saying like shit that was like really freaking like, I mean, it was bad. They were saying some really derogatory stuff,
Racist
or
is the word you're
racist
looking
shit.
for.
They were. I mean, are computers racist?
But
Are
why
computers racist?
are they? Yeah, I've been wondering about. They seem to be very racist and also want to love, like, want a lot of love and attention, and also want to kill all of humanity. That's what I
Yeah,
read
yeah,
about.
yeah. Kill, yeah. They literally say that. These AI robots are like, I want to kill humanity. They're like, yeah,
Right?
that's fine. We're gonna be okay, right?
Are
So
you
You know.
let's pay the writers that
are you
don't want to
literally like
kill
Mr.
humanity.
Burns swirling your fucking snifter of beer right now?
Yes,
Like what is
yes,
happening?
yes, yes. Destroy all humans. Yes, you know. Um, Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think this is good that that they might strike the SNL people? Do you think that strikes are good? Do you think this is gonna be good for the business that either of these people could strike? And do you think it's, you know, it's necessary? What do you think? How do you feel
Those are
about this?
two very separate questions, honestly. Like, do I think strikes are good? Absolutely, because if you don't look out for yourself and your union and your occupation, like when you have the chance to, which is in a negotiation, then obviously you're not ever gonna move any further. And the cost
Yeah,
of living goes up so much, and you only get so much of an increase in pay. Now with the Writers Guild, like they have um initiated like most of the actual like real strikes that we've had in LA. You know what I mean? Like,
always.
well,
It's
not
always
LA.
them.
I guess everywhere. I say LA because that's where I live normally instead of Florida. But it is there. I feel like they're the strongest and willing to speak up the most, and I appreciate that. Now, do I think the strike is going to be a good thing for business? Absolutely not. Everything is going to shut down. It's not. There's no way it's going to be good for business. It's going to be a huge problem for anyone who is living and working in this industry. But in the long run, the gains that are made because of a strike are worth it, to everyone involved. And like the writers are so serious about this that at the Writers Guild Award,
Oh yeah, they
Dana
mentioned it.
Vaughn, yeah, well, no, most of them, but instead of
Yeah,
saying thank you and for everything everywhere all at once, instead of saying thank you to his parents, and to be fair, he's done the circuit because he's won many times, but instead he said get involved. Like that's what he's pushing for. He's pushing for people to get behind them to get what they deserve. And I am not mad at that at all, honestly. I think
yeah,
that people, especially for the amount of money that the entertainment industry nets, like it's really messed up that they don't spread it around the way that they should, in my personal opinion. And I know that the WGA has supported the DGA and support of SAG if they do go into a strike. So I really feel like that makes the chance of them striking so much higher, and I mean, honestly, it's my industry, and I'm, sad that there won't be work for people, but I hope that the gains that are made are worth it for the future.
yeah. Lynn, do you think it's warranted? Do you think that they have a reason to be striking or actually putting this out there? How do you feel about that? Oh, we can't hear her again.
I have not been able to hear her the whole time. You had like a fictitious conversation with her again. I was like, I don't
Oh
know what's
no,
happening.
I don't know. I lost her again. Yeah.
Lynn,
I don't know.
refresh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, for me though, I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary if they're not getting their just due, which they're not. You know, I think that they need to just like they have to fight back. And they have held back for a while. Last time they made a deal, they signed it, they moved forward, but now it's like I mean, streaming is TV, everybody. And if you're not getting paid the same for TV programs as you are for streaming, there's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're acting, writing, directing, it's all the same shit. They've been fighting it for years, being like, oh no, it's different. It's new media. It's not so new anymore, everybody. It's not
Right.
so fucking
No,
new, you know?
it's
Lynn,
old
what do you
media.
Lynn is back. Lynn, what do you think about this?
Oh, I so agree with you. I'm so sorry. I'm just causing. I'm having the the coughing difficulties and the mic difficulties.
It's the basement, girl. You're in the basement.
I'm in the
It's the
basement.
basement.
Basement problems. So yeah, I mean, I remember thinking about the first time when like Scarlett Johansson had her big fight with
Disney.
Marvel, with Disney, because it's not her fault COVID happened, and like she's not gonna get screwed out of those residuals. So, let's not pretend that the actors get to do anything if the writers aren't there. So yeah, they 100% have the right to protect themselves and their income. Like, it's not their fault. The technology is changing. Don't punish the people who are giving us, I mean, not all of them are giving us, but some of them are giving us like hugely, hugely beautiful things right now. Like, don't punish the artist.
Yeah, that's the thing, and the thing is that they want to though. They don't care, but they don't think about it. They're just like, everybody's like a number, we're a number in a ledger, and they're like, okay, well, it balances out that we're making more money, and like Lexi said, there's no new normal anymore. This is what it is, It's the new normal is streaming.
Like Lin was trying to say, like facts. There and also Rachel said in the chat, I'm going to put this back up again. Actors would be in the dark naked with nothing to say without the crew and the writers. Like every idea comes from something on the page, right? So if I wrote something, I gave it to someone, and I'm not saying that it doesn't take a village, because it does, to make something turn into life, but it all starts with what is on that paper. They have the most leverage.
And they're trying to cut back on writers with these mini rooms they're talking about. So they're trying to like pretty much snowball people. And it's like, come on, just like let people, you have a standard. And it drove me nuts, like even the commercial contract stuff, when we had it for SAG, it's like, you have a standard, that's what it is. And they're like trying to throw it out all the time. But we've already agreed upon this before. This is the standard we've agreed upon for years in Hollywood. So why is that not translate over here? Oh, because you're trying to find a loophole to fuck people? That's all it is. Yeah. I'm like, but we've already agreed. This is TV. These are the rights. We should take this, and then now we base it upon inflation, cost of living. I mean, like everything that happens in our life, and then it has to go up. But maybe we're making more money because everything costs more, so they're making more money because ticket prices are more money. DVD sales are more money. VOD sales are more money. All your special feature shit makes it more money. But then everybody else doesn't get a cut of that. Only producers like make off of it. It doesn't make any sense because we all have increased expenses every year. So everybody needs their fair share. And that shit should just translate. And apparently the producers don't believe that. And so there's going to be a fight. And they will strike. And honestly, I really don't, even like the editors for SNL, I think they will strike too, because NBC can say all they want. Oh, we're going to work this out. But this happens all the time. And it's been months now they've been dealing with this. So I think there's going to be a strike because they're waiting for someone to call their bluffs. But then again,
I feel like for SNL, like they can use scabs, like someone was saying in the chat, like they can for SNL, but you can't do that for writing content for movies and series and everything else. Like that's not going to work for that. Honestly.
And that's what I was going to say too, Sabrina. That's what I was going to say too. But the thing about SNL is a whole different ballpark. They could even get rid of those. They get rid of all those pre-taped things. They just ditch them for now. But like we don't need to have them because most of their stuff
just hire non-union people easily. Like you know what I mean? Like they can.
I don't know though because they unionize it, so I don't know if they can do that now because they went forward and they unionized it and they made it a whole thing with.
But they didn't just unionize the people that work, but they unionized it for
yes, SNL did. SNL did. Okay. And so I don't know if they can do that actually because they made that step forward and this is their first contract negotiation since they did. So this is like if they do that, they might have a huge problem with the unions and it might actually cause a shutdown because of that because they'd be a breach of contract, So I feel like they have to use
shut down those pre-edited skits, which
that's what I'm saying.
Is largely like the Dick in the Box type segments. Like
that was Andy Samberg made them popular.
Well, I'm just saying, like those type of like music video things, and like other like the mom jeans ad, like you know what I mean, like all that type of stuff it's not huge for it because it's called Saturday Night Live. Live. So they could easily like drop back from having those pre-recorded segments and still continue with the show, but with a writer's strike, it's a totally different story.
It's totally more. But then again, also for SNL, here's the other side, though, you talked about earlier. If the actors get behind those editors, though, just like that one actor, like he's wearing the T-shirt that says, contract now, if they all get that way, the show will shut down. And that will be it until they figure it out.
But good for that guy, because he's a brand new dude who just got famous for doing a Trump impression. And now he has a job on Saturday Night Live. And even though he's fresh and new and this is his first chance at anything, he's still supporting those people. Yep. And I give him kudos for that.
That's huge.
Anti-breed.
I don't know your name, but good for you. Good for you, Trump impersonator, who's now on Saturday Night Live, standing up for the little man. Right. I appreciate it.
So now we have. Now we have all the demands on the table. We know what they want. We know what's going to happen. We know what the negotiations are going into. The next question is, will there be a strike or will there not be a strike? And we're here to keep you updated as it moves forward. So only time will tell, but I think a strike is coming. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, with that, everybody, now it's time for our featured story of the night. And this is a fun one because we got a little serious for a second. So we got to take it back a notch. We got to have some fun. I want to talk about BeetleJuice 2. I never thought I'd say this actually, because I've heard about this show forever. The rumor of this movie, like BeetleJuice Hawaii, I heard for a long time. I'm like, well, they put a Hawaiian shirt on him, and he's gonna be. That's what they were saying initially for BeetleJuice 2. That was the script back in like the 90s. So I'm like, is it gonna be Hawaii Beetlejuice or is it gonna be something different? I mean, the fact that they're moving forward and it's Tim Burton again. You got Michael Keaton back on board. Thank you so much. Thanks, Michael Keaton, for doing revisiting your 80s stuff, your 80s and 90s rules again. Thank you for coming back and doing it again. We love you so much. Friend of the show, Michael Keaton, friend of the show.
Mikey K.
Mikey K. And little Mikey K, friend of the show. So they're going to start shooting this summer. That's the plan right now. So Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder's coming back, and that makes sense. Those two should be back. If you're going to bring anybody back, yes. Alec Baldwin. I don't think Alec Baldwin's going to be back. There's no word on that, but they don't really need Alec Baldwin. That was their story now. Now you focus on the kid, you focus on Winona Ryder. And also they're saying that because Jenna Ortega just signed on for this, that she will be playing Winona Ryder's daughter, which is kind of great, It kind of makes sense, especially with
here for that.
Right.
Especially with the Wednesday series, like people are already saying like she's playing Wednesday, which is her other role, And so it's kind of fun that they're kind of like she's shadowing her career in a way, and it makes sense to me. It's really fun. The big thing right now is there's no budget that's actually worked out yet, and that's why they're having a little hiccup. So they're still working out the budget, and once the budget's all signed, done, it's all that they're moving forward, and it could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. The original gross $80 million and had a $15 million budget, and it actually won an Oscar for the 1989 Academy Awards for Best Makeup. Which makes sense because that makeup was awesome. They're going to shoot in May or June, like I said, summer, May or June in London. That's the idea right now. But I heard about this, and like I said, they've been talking about this forever. So I'm like, is it going to be the Hawaiian Beetlejuice? I don't know. But Lynn, are you excited about this? Think this is a fun concept? Are you happy that this is moving forward?
Yes, I mean, and I hope that I don't get my hopes up and get disappointed. But the funny thing is, when I heard they were having Beetlejuice 2, I immediately was like, oh, who needs to be in that? Jenna Ortega. And then it came true. The only thing that kind of makes me wonder a little bit is I was just reading the other day that she did not enjoy working on Wednesday. She completely disagreed with the scripts and the dialogues, and that it was really kind of like an atrocious experience with her. She did not agree with Tim Burton and the producers and whatnot on where the character should be going. So I'm a little bit surprised to see her pairing up again, and yet I hope she has a much better experience on the set this time, and I hope we get all of the amazing fun that BeetleJuice was all over again.
I know, because the casting is so perfect, Lynn. Mm-hmm. It's so perfect. It makes so much sense. I think everybody that heard this is like, yeah, that makes sense, right? So, do you think that it's going to be great do you think Michael Keaton's on board regardless?
Oh yeah, he's look, he's back as Batman, he's back as Beetlejuice. He's just doing a lovely little visit of all the awesomeness that we loved about Michael Keaton back in the day. I think he had so much fun in that role. You could just tell he was having so much fun, and he's gonna. I think he'll do great with whatever's put in front of him. I would be surprised if this became just really crappy. Oh no, why did you do that?
Yeah.
But I think he's going to have a lot of fun, and I think that even if the script ends up being so-so, especially if there's a writer's strike, I think that the fun and the casting is going to carry it through.
There's also that too if a writer's strike happens, but if it's written, the other problem is, of course, the DGA might get involved, and then this would be shut down. But if they don't, then they could still shoot this summer. But I feel like there's got to be a solid script at this point. They've had so long, right? Mm. This has been the back burner for a long time. I just wonder if it's going to be different from what they were originally planning, because like I said before, they had an idea forever ago, but it's Tim Burton still. So maybe he's still going to adapt that somehow. I don't know. Sabrina, what do you think? Are you excited about this? Do you think this is a good idea? Or do you think they should have left Beetlejuice back in the 90s, late 80s and just let him be?
I just keep checking my microphone to make sure that it's on. I first of all, Dogman, I don't think it's the same writers, unfortunately. I just did a light Google while Brian was talking, but I could be wrong, but that's what I found really quickly. Um, do I Rachel says that her apprehension is that he's a ghost so he wouldn't age. I think makeup can do wonders with that, and I'm not
Oh,
really
yeah.
worried about
Oh,
that,
yeah.
honestly. Like, I think it's gonna be fine, especially with the moss that grows on him. Like, I think it's gonna be
Mhm.
totally cool. Um, I honestly, they left it so open to have another Beetlejuice that I am like, I'm so here for it, and I know I am like the champion of new ideas. But if you have Michael Keaton and you have Tim Burton, and I can't think of a better person than Jenna Ortega to play like the daughter of Lydia, Winona Ryder's coming back. Like, I mean, I hope somehow we could somehow squeeze Catherine O'Hara in there
I would
somewhere.
love for her to come
Yeah.
back, right?
My dream. Like, I would die. So I want to like, true to form. I would be like, we don't need this, but I feel like that. I don't know. I'm actually really excited about it, and I hope it happens, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I was like, this is a featured story today. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is really cool, especially with the idea of like having her daughter in there and having Jenna Ortega, and again, Dogman. The same thing is too. You have Tim Burton. Even if he's not like, he's going to be influencing the script. He will. Michael Keaton will be
100%.
influencing the script. So even if like, and whoever Tim Burton's bringing on board to write the script, like he's going to have his hands in it. Even if it says it's written by X, Y, or Z, like generic man too. You know what I mean? It's still gonna have Tim Burton like touching it
There's
and
also
influencing
a
it.
whole
And Michael
screenplay
Keaton's
and
gonna
story by situation.
Yeah.
So like, I
and
just
Michael
did a
Keaton be
light Google.
improving
I
his
could be
ass
wrong.
off. Michael Keaton be improving his ass off and making it happen. Like honestly, they're gonna be having fun, especially because that team is back together. That's the biggest thing. When you work on set, you see when the team gets back together, it's like a family reunion. Everybody's fun, having a great time, and they want to have the best experience and give out the best experience for everybody else. So they're always trying to make the best thing ever. I worked on Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise was on that shit. And he did the first one, of course. Of course, the first one is fucking Maverick, So he came back, and the script didn't matter. He kept changing shit all the time because he said, "This is Top Gun. It has to be awesome." He kept saying it over and over again. So what does he do? We change X, Y, and Z while we're shooting, so it's good. We reshoot shit if we have to. We watch it, we review it, we go over it again, and we make it the best thing we can. So a passion project like this will be good, I think. I think it will. And there'll be some haters and some people that are worried about it, but I think if you're going to come back and do it,
Not to be confused with Brie Larson having her hands all over not Captain
That's
Marvel
different.
2, the Marvels.
Right.
Like, just to be
That's
clear,
different.
I support Tom Cruise.
that is not a
going into
passion
his
project,
first-
Sabrina.
Thank you.
That is not a
Thank
passion
you.
project.
I'm
That is
just
a
clarifying, not to be confused, because
that is a glorified money hole and a money grab.
Like that.
That's a money grab. That's all that is. Give me my money.
Lexi
That's what she says.
BeetleJuice is a money grab too, but
Well, it is a
I
money
just-
grab. It is. But I mean, like,
just
does
feel
Michael
like it
Keaton
could
really
be
need to
so
do
good.
this?
If
Does
they have
Tim
all-
Burton need to
it's
do
not-
this?
it's- I mean, I don't know. I really feel like I'm excited for it. I'm excited. You know me, I'm excited for nothing. I'm literally like the bitch of the show. And I'm like, I hate everything. This all sounds stupid and I don't want it. So I'm actually weirdly excited about this. And I just let me have my moment, people. For once, I'm happy.
Let her have it.
Lynn, you don't see it as a money. Do you see it as a money grab, Lynn? Do you think it's a money grab? What do you think?
Well, I mean, everything's a money grab, and yet,
Fair.
like you said, I mean, Winona Ryder has been huge in Stranger Things. Like these
Yeah.
are people who do not need to be doing this. It's not like Tim Burton's just sitting here like, oh crap, like I really need some more money, and Winona's like, oh me too, and Michael Keaton's
Yeah.
like, oh me three, let's do this. So,
I'm down.
right? Yeah. So
Very good point, Lynn.
yeah.
Very good
That's not-
point.
That's not the thing that's happening right now, right? It's honestly.
Also, Jenna Ortega, just fresh off of Wednesday, and before
Yeah.
that, she was in You, and like, I mean, she's she's so hot right now. Also, just like Jonathan Majors, she's so hot right
So
now.
hot right now, and, yeah, and she's doing SNL this weekend too. So they were doing a little
I
ad
can't
for
wait
her,
to
and
see
she was
that.
dancing, doing the Wednesday dance. Even though she was saying like, this is like, I'm not really happy about this. I heard her say that too. I mean, she's accepting it. You have to. When something becomes that like ingrained in pop culture for that moment, that window, and then forever, you have to accept it. As an actor, especially, I would love that. I don't care. It's like I was talking to some people at work the other day where people were talking about like the Paul Rudd thing, and people call me Paul Rudd, and I'm like, I've been told slap at the bass so many times, and I'm not Paul Rudd, and I go slap at the bass. You know what I mean? I don't care.
I used to call him Kunu before, like when we were friends. Like my nickname for him was Kunu. I was like, I'm like, oh my God, you look like Paul. And every day I come into work, I'm like, hey Kuno, how are you? He'd be like, good, I guess.
I'm like, well, the weather outside is weather. Yeah. But you have to accept it, you know.
After a while, but
as an actor, you should, because I mean, honestly, what's that mean? It means, I mean, the biggest thing for me, one of the reasons I love acting is just like to influence people's like emotions, that they can feel something like you know, pain, love, laugh. You know what I mean? If you can, it's like the biggest dream of mine to have someone like be that influence. Like they're so excited and they're so happy because there's some ray of joy that I brought to their life. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. That's what you do as that. You're an entertainer. That's what it is. You know. I mean, you're the court jester, you know, and that's what you're doing. You're just trying to make people laugh, cry, feel something. I don't know. It's like our lives are hard enough. Actors are here and creators are here to make us, you know, escape from all that shit and just have a moment of joy, you know, away from everything and just look at the world differently, because the world is hard enough as it is. So,
Mike,
I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Let it go with the safe space for nerds. I'm going to call you MODOK forever from now on. If you want to continue with the safe space for nerds, you're going to be MODOK forever. Okay? So just watch yourself, buddy. Watch it.
Mike says it's a safe space. He wants a safe space when we're here.
Oh, then he says, who is Mike? Like I don't know. Like I don't know, MODOK. Mechanized organism designed for killing only something stuff. I don't know. There it is. Yeah, that's you. I see you. You're on the screen right now, buddy. Enjoy it. Enjoy your MODOKness.
Just now seeing the baby butt.
Yeah, just now. Kind of like a little bit like a Bjorn. Let's see it.
Like Bjorn. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I definitely did that scene. So if you guys saw that scene, I definitely did that scene a few times. I was running those before we actually shot it. Like I kept running that scene over and over again. I'm like, what's a Bjorn? I didn't know what Bjorn was at that point. So I'm like,
no, I need to. You don't know what a Bjorn is?
I had no idea. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, Bjorn.
Wow, you have like
now
children in your life. You should know what a Bjorn is. Also,
I should.
Now I need to know who Dogman is, because this is very telling. You mentioned Blippi. I need to know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny saying that because I auditioned for Blippi.
I'm back. I gave him the MODOK. GR said I'm back. Thanks, GR. I'm sorry. I went soft for a minute. I apologize.
But this is happening, everybody. Like it's gonna happen. At this point, it's not really a rumor. They're moving forward. It's in that stage. It's the fact they're actually doing more casting on top of it. And then the only worry really is the budget. But this is what they go back and forth about this shit all the time. Eventually, they'll figure it out. They'll get a budget. It'll probably be like 100 million. 150 million probably. I'm guessing it won't be beyond that. Maybe like $80 million thing, but they'll work it out and they'll go shoot in London. They have lots of stages there. Talk about before, there's also a tax happening there, so that might actually influence that too, but we'll see.
Maybe it'll bring it back here. Who knows?
Yeah. Or no, honestly, because of the stuff here, they might have to go to Europe to shoot. Yeah. I mean, that's where we're in right now. It's very questionable. Starting May 1st, we'll find out what's going to happen. It's not that far away, everybody. May 1st, everything might start shutting down, or it won't. Only time will tell. But I think that BeetleJuice 2 is coming. Let's do it. And let's not go to Hawaii. No Hawaii. I don't know what we're doing. Let's just not go to Hawaii.
I can't.
That's all I'm saying.
Shoot in Hawaii, and if you want to hire me to work on it, I will absolutely fly to Hawaii and work on it all day, every day. Just so you know, that's the one time it's okay for it to be in Hawaii. If you hire all of us, thank you.
Right.
Rachel's saying there's a BeetleJuice musical. We don't need that. It shouldn't be a musical.
She said it did well in New York. It's already
I know,
happening.
but
It's touring
we got a
now.
Joker musical coming. We don't need a BeetleJuice musical. I'm just saying. We don't need it. We just need a good BeetleJuice movie. And Michael Keaton just kicking ass.
BeetleJuice is hot right now. To quote me, thank you, Rachel. To really
that Hansel is so hot right now.
Or not Hansel. To quote, what was his name?
Mugato.
Thank you. So I think she was just saying like that BeetleJuice is making a resurgence because of the stage play. So that's probably why we're jumping back on the table with BeetleJuice 2. And thank you, GR. You're my best friend tonight. I love it. BeetleJuice. That's all I'm saying. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate you as always. Thank you for chiming in and leaving some comments. We love you so much. Lynn, thank you for coming back to Kruse Control.
We hope to
Anytime.
have you back again soon. Love having you here. It's great to talk to you about these topics. It's fun.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
having
thank you so much. Sabrina, thank you for tuning in all the way from Florida again this happy Friday
Thank
your
you.
Monday.
You mean Monday.
And your Monday. Everybody, please like and subscribe if you can. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell BeetleJuice, tell his family, tell their friends, tell that little gopher next door that's tearing up your lawn. Watch Kruse Control and subscribe. We love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Join our Patreon if you can. Have a great weekend. And we're going to do something for the Oscars. It's coming up on Sunday. Stay tuned. There'll probably be something popping up very soon about that. We're going to do a test over the weekend, and hopefully we'll do a live stream. So we'll see. Maybe we'll watch together, everybody. Thank you so much for being here every week. Have a great night, and we will see you again very soon. Thank you again. Take care, everybody. See ya. I pushed the wrong button. See ya. Oh, no. Brian's been drinking too much. See ya.